It's welcome to the day on Granada Plus. The families are waiting for Mike at 9, but will he show up? The defendant shows up for drama at 9:30 as his Crown Court case continues. And we've a Head for Heights at 10, starting a marathon climb up Everest. Back to Earth for comedy at 10:30 with the brothers McGregor, and at 11, Bertie's in a flap. Can he be saved from marriage? Jeeves to the rescue. Affairs of the Heart with neighbourly problems follows at 12, and a classic from the street sees us nicely through to lunch.
This is Granada Plus.
Hello. I'm just going to have my lunch. I'm having an egg today. When I want an egg for my lunch, I make sure I have an egg cup to put it in, a spoon to eat it with, and of course, an egg. That's what I do. I expect that's what you do. But how about Mr. Punch?
1 egg cup, 2 egg cups. Judy. Yes, Mr. Punch, what is it?
I want my dinner.
You want your dinner, Mr. Punch? I'm getting your dinner. There you are. You're not going to eat them, Mr. Punch. I'm putting your dinner in them.
Putting my dinner in them.
Putting your dinner in them. Now, what do you think we're having for dinner? What are these? There are 2 egg cups for 2 eggs for dinner.
Oh, but I can't see any eggs.
No, you can't see any eggs, Mr. Punch, because there aren't any eggs yet. You'll have to go and get the hen.
I'm not going to go and get the hen.
You're not going to go and get the hen?
I'm not going to go and get the hen. You go and get the hen.
We'll both go and get the hen. Yes, Mr. Punch, I'm looking.
Oh, 2 eggs. 1 egg, 2 eggs.
That's right, Mr. Punch. 1 egg, 2 eggs. 1 for you and 1 for me.
Oh, how we do head to head. Never do the oh, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. That's the way.
There were 3 furry cats purring loudly by the fire. Meow, 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 like a little kitten choir. Can you count with me? Come and let us see. Can you count? 1, 2, 3. There were 3 little pigs grunting in their dirty sty. Oink, 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 to the people passing by. Can you count with me? Come and let us see. Can you count? 1, 2, 3. There were 3 happy dogs chasing round in the sun. Woof, 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 aren't we all having fun? Can you count with me? Come and let us see. Can you count? 1, 2, 3.
Sam was lonely. He had no one to play with and nothing to do. He decided to find a friend. So he asked his mum if he could go out by himself. What for, his mum asked. To look for a friend, said Sam. All right, said Mum, but be careful and stay in the garden. So off he went. Sam peeped over the garden gate and looked up the street. He couldn't see anyone. He looked down the street. Again, nobody. I know, thought Sam. I'll make friends with an animal. So he went to his favourite spot in the garden to think. He sat down and thought of all the different kinds of animals he could have as friends. He thought of dogs and cats and squirrels. He even thought of worms. He looked down the street again. The dogs were busy chasing each other, so he decided to make friends with a cat. But the cat from next door was fast asleep. He couldn't see any squirrels, and he didn't really like the idea of making friends with a worm, even if he could find one. So Sam went back into the house, took off his coat, and wondered what he was going to do. All he knew was that he was very lonely. Have you found a friend yet? His mum asked him. No, said Sam. Well, what are you going to do now then? Asked his mum. Nothing, said Sam, and he just sat there, feeling sorry for himself. Sam thought about friends. I have a mum, she's my friend. So is Dad. I have a sister Sally. Then there's Grandma and Grandpa, they're friends too. But I'd still like to have one special friend of my very own. Do you want to watch television? Called Mum from the kitchen. No, thank you, said Sam, who felt more sorry for himself than ever. Wasn't much fun being a small boy on his own. He simply had to find a friend. Just one friend, that's all, just one. What was that noise? Sam asked himself. He was sure he'd heard a little squeak, like the sound of a door that needed oiling. He went to his big red fire engine, where he thought the noise had come from. No, there was nothing there that squeaked. Perhaps one of his toy soldiers had come to life. But they all just stood on guard, stiff and silent outside his fort. But Sam was sure he'd heard a squeak. Yes, there it was again. Squeak! Squeak! And now it was coming from inside the fort. He looked in the courtyard, but it was empty. Nothing there. Squeak! Squeak! It was coming from the tower. Sam leant over and looked down into the tower. Yes, there it was. One little mouse, a squeaky mouse stuck in the tower. Carefully, Sam lifted it out. He stroked the mouse until it stopped squeaking. That's better, said Sam. There's nothing to be frightened of now. And what's your name? Asked Sam. Squeak! went the mouse. Well, Squeak, said Sam, will you be my friend? Sam was sure the mouse smiled. He had found his friend. What are you doing in there, Sam? Asked his mum. Oh, nothing, said Sam happily. Nothing at all. But one little boy had found one little friend. Do you remember our song about the 3 furry cats? Here it is again. Perhaps you can sing it too.
There were 3 furry cats purring loudly by the fire. Meow, 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 like a little kitten choir. Can you count with me? Come and let us see. Can you count? 1, 2, 3. There were 3 little pigs grunting in their dirty sty. Oink, 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 to the people passing by. Can you count with me? Come and let us see. Can you count? 1, 2, 3. There were 3 happy dogs chasing round in the sun. Woof, 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 aren't we all having fun? Can you count with me? Come and let us see. Can you count? 1, 2, 3.
It's nearly time for me to go now. Can you remember some of the things we've seen today? There were 2 cups for 2 eggs, 3 furry cats, Sam and Squeak, 1 Punch, 1 Judy, and me. Bye.